There's something special God has given women. But those who are not able to tap it, we get them now selling changa on prostitution because they have never tapped the potential of a woman, which is very, very, God has given them naturally. My name is Maximillah Winfred Okello, Head of State Commendation. I come from Bungoma County. I work mostly with children. I am child advocate, child protection, protecting children's rights. I'm a teacher by profession. I do psychosocial support to children, especially those who are defiled. I went to school in my village primary school called Mundulusia Primary School in Busia. In high school, I completed in Chakol Girls High School, that is still in Busia County of Teso. Then I went to college in Tangaza University College. I did diploma in education, English literature. I'm a poet, I'm an author. My book is not out, but I've already written a book. I was trained by child protection in Nairobi, the UN-sponsored program for child protection. I got Head of State Commendation in 2018 during Mashujaa Day in Kakamega. It came about from the work I do in the community. And for sure, for me, I don't have time when I'm idle. I look at gaps in the community, and more so I've been working with children, ensuring that children are at school, and more so in defilement. I counsel for free children who are traumatized because of defilement. We go through to court so that they get justice, because mostly it comes late, and these children are traumatized when they are writing their statements. So when I help them by getting them stabilized, it's easier for them even in court to speak out what they went through and deal with that emotional bit of their life, so that we are able to go through it. So there are cases that have been successful, though it takes long, but I'm glad that there are cases where perpetrators have gotten in for some years because after assisting this child, speak out. So you get to see there's a teacher who defiled a child from primary school. The teacher was interdicted, and I'm very glad. There's a child who was defiled in 2015 when he was class 7. As I'm speaking, she's in Form 3. So I'm glad that the child has gone through, is going in school. There are a number of them that have assisted. There's a child who was getting raped from one of these counties with name it held. Gangs came at home, they raped her and the mother. She was then in Form 3. I used to go even to the school. I found time even to go to where she was in school to counsel her. I used to counsel her in the head teacher's office. I'm very glad the head teacher was able to give me. This child is in university as I'm speaking. But if they don't go through counseling, some of them, lose it out. They get traumatized, no one to understand them, so they will not perform well as is expected. But these ones who have gone through counseling, you find that they are going on with life. It happened, yes, but now you have to continue on with life. So with success stories of children who have been traumatized, is a number of them. There are very many of them that have continued education. Challenges have been a number of them, especially whereby you're helping a child, a parent with a child who has been defiled, and then the parent decides to hide the exhibit. The child gets disappeared with the parent, so you cannot continue assisting even if it was in court. The evidence is already lost. We also get to see that the child, financial challenge of course is there, but more so you get to see that most people are naive and ignorant, and you find that because of that they don't report cases on time, especially on defilement. Today, for sure, people are shining away from government and hospital, but we have more good services there. Take the child from there, go to the police, report. Or sometimes it's the other way around. You can report whichever is placed very far. Don't go to the chief. Some of these people get to the chiefs, and the chiefs are able to corrupt the story very well because it's their relative, it's somebody who gives them money. I've had such kind of situations, so I'm not just speaking. So we need to help our children as mothers, as parents. Like I'm finding out that we say that, are you an echo or are you a voice? When you are an echo as a parent, you tell children to do something and they don't do it. When you are a voice, you tell them and they will do it. Many parents today are passive parents. Passive parenthood, it doesn't matter what you do, but you find that you could be very busy looking for money as you're going to spend it on healing this child in mercy. We have now families where fathers are raping children, they are defiling children, and we are very quiet. Lack of fatherly figure. Fatherly figure is actually what we are getting from these teenage pregnancies. If you went around very well, like already I'm doing a research, you find that All these children did not have the father's figure in their life. The emotional support of the father is missing. Fathers are a drunkard or very much not at home. So if this girl is getting pregnant, looking for that father, who now the child becomes vulnerable to this male who make them pregnant. So fathers are actually missing in our society. So as far as we're looking at pregnancy, can we also go back to the fathers? And I'm talking to the fathers. We need that father's blessings. As our fathers blessing our children, are they available for our children? We are busy for looking for money as we are not assisting our children, because you wake up in the morning, when you come in the evening, you are watching news and on the newspapers, those are now those ones who are learned. And at home, those ones that go for, they go to take whatever they take, the alcohol and that kind of thing, they come very late. So the children rarely meet their father. They never had even a family meal time together. They don't know who is it. So emotional support of fathers missing in these teenagers, girls' life has led to these pregnancies. So we are just calling upon fathers. Can we come back to our homes? Not just coming as trousers, but coming as emotional support. Can you be able to esteem your child? Talk to your child. Find out. When you go to schools during academic days, you rarely see fathers, you only see mothers, even visiting days, and that already tells you that there's a problem, and that's why we are losing our children in drugs. We are losing them out in these now early marriages and whatever. They're looking for that fatherly figure. No one to give them esteem, to give them worth, because the fathers who are there are also voiceless. They don't have a voice. They come, but they are just there. As women in Africa, we have a very big role in education. We are the first educators. When you give birth to a child and you take the child to preschool, already education has begun even from home. So in areas of communication, can we teach right skills to our children, especially on communication as they grow up? Then we have to, like homeworks. Most schools will give children homework. Can mothers be there to assist their children? Don't do homework for their child. Be there to help them do their homework, because when you do the homework, it's you, the teacher is going to mark your homework, not the child's homework. But when you assist the child, where they have not understood, they get them back to school. And female teachers in the school, can we be mothers enough? Yes, we are professional, but you find that some of them are very violent. Even the tone a teacher uses in class makes a child back off. But when teachers who are mothers can talk well, a child will get at least a place, they'll be able to share even their issues at home. Mothers who will also counsel our children. Have we created an environment so that a child who has an issue at school can come and share with you, and you encourage the child? So when you are attending these days, or these academic days, or you go to school, or a child come home, that friendship between a mother and a child has to be very strong, so that a child may be able to be open up. Also, you are esteeming the child. The motherly figure is present. Why is it that we have boys today marrying older women? Motherly figure is also missing. They're looking for the mother. So don't worry. When you get a boy, looking or in a relationship with an older woman, there's a problem with their mothers. So how are we going to get these boys to be leaders in the future? So mothers have a very big role in this SDG on education. Start educating right skills, right behaviors to our children when they're still young. So that when they get to school, they know what is right. They don't need to get to learn other. Okay, there are a few things they're going to get in the program in the school, but you have already begun giving them what is needed, and be there for your children so that they can fall back on you when there is an issue. You can go, a mother can go to talk to a teacher, even if a child is suspended for doing a mistake. She talk to a teacher, and the teacher will listen to this mother for the child to continue the education. Like for the mothers whose children are pregnant, instead of now casting the children and telling them the way, there are mothers who took even their girls for abortion because they were afraid their name is going to fade. Not so. So those mothers are not courageous enough. Let the child give birth, help the child get support so that they go to school. So mothers have a very important role. We have gotten mothers who are going back to school. They are actually an inspiration. They are telling us that education has no end. You can continue getting more education even as you age, because you are getting new skills and new ways of helping others. So we also need mothers to continue going to school. You don't have to go for a degree, but you can go for short courses. You can go for even like in parenthood. We go for such courses to help us as mothers assist or take care of our domestic area where we have failed, rather than just complaining and lamenting. I say, if you are lamenting, you can read a book of lamentation. But it's not right. So what you do, don't lament. Calm down, go to a class, go to the church, and even as women, we need to sit together and see, amid COVID-19, what are the challenges have women gone through? If we sit and we don't talk about it, then we are also missing out. But when we come together, we will see what's happening in the village, what's happening in the school, what's happening even in other areas. Then we look at where can we come in the SWOT analysis. What are the weaknesses? What are the strengths? What are the threats? What are the opportunities for women, even those who are unemployed? Like I've done I know how to make the liquid soap. The students have assisted get scholarship through it. I teach our children, a student, and they go to do it in the school so that it becomes now something for them to pay school fees. And that becomes very easy. Yeah. So you find that mothers have, if they become a voice of Africa as mothers of the world, you know, there's something about women that's very special. Women are co-creators, just next to God. Just like God created, a woman can co-create, and that one has given them, you have the sixth sense. There is I sit with men, and sometimes I think like 5 men, and for sure it's true. If I sit with 5 men, I can think like them. Why is it so? Because we are co-creators. There's something special God has given women, but those who are not able to tap it, we get them now selling changa on prostitution because they have never tapped the potential of a woman, which is very, very, God has given them naturally. Butterflies are not created by adding wings to them. When you add wings to caterpillars, you don't create butterflies. Butterflies are created by transformation. So what we need is transformational leadership. What we need is to transform our society stage by stage. We don't have to take our children to school and add butterflies and we want them to perform. No. Can we go through the processes as it's expected?